Hey, it's Discoveries of the Week on today's Antidote today. And hey, we're running late. Great day, but it's well worth the wait. You're going to be amazed at what you're going to discover in the next couple minutes. So hang on, it's coming up right away.
Stay tuned for today's Antidote, brought to you by the Renegade Success Network. Today's Antidote features a healthy dose of thought-provoking insights and information for business owners, entrepreneurs, leaders, and nonprofit professionals. Each day since March of 2020, this program has offered that one thing to help you continue on your own unique pathway to success. And now, Renegades, we bring you Bob Graham and Tom Brush.
Hey, Tom, running a couple hours late, but it's okay. We're going to make up for it with great content, right?
Sure. We're going to have content. We'll let someone else decide whether it's great or not, huh?
It's going to be great, dude. I feel it.
Okay. Can you control that?
You're just going to keep going there until I get it, aren't you?
I'm going to keep beating away at it until it maybe, or not. It doesn't impact you. That's okay. Everything's
Tom
different.
and I spent some time together earlier this morning, and he was beating on me, and I'm trying to. Was
I beating on you? Honestly, let's be honest.
No, you were not. He was trying to help me understand a concept that I am slow to understand.
It's just taking a while to impact what's real for you. That's all.
That's it.
All right, everyone, good.
Discoveries of the Week.
It is Discoveries of the Week, one of our favorite shows where we get a chance to wrap up our conversation. Maybe not wrap it up, but we get to try to provide what was the thing that we discovered. And we welcome your Discoveries of the Week as well. So if you are watching this on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, or
LinkedIn Live.
Sorry, I almost stole that thunder from you.
I was going to say, hey,
please
don't be stepping on my lines.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that. Please feel free to share your Discoveries of the Week. You can put it in the comments here, or we will have a post up so that if you'd like to share other discoveries that you had this week inside our Ring of Renegades Facebook group, just go to Facebook, search for Ring of Renegades, and you can either comment on this broadcast or comment on the social media that you watch it, or within our Facebook group, there will be a post about Discoveries of the Week, and you can share any other discoveries you had this week that you think might add value to those around us. If you happen to be listening to our podcast, you don't know that we are late, so forget the whole first part of this show. You are just listening to it when it is real for you. And so we know also that you can't comment on a podcast, at least not to share is a part of the podcast. You can, though, share it with others. And you can provide your own comments, your own discoveries of the week, and share it with other people who might be searching for the solution that you provide. So we encourage you to share the podcast with others. And another way to get the message out to others who, like you, might be looking for some value in their day, please feel free to rate our podcast. And how, Bob, should they rate the podcast?
I'm going to go out on a limb here, Tom, and say, even though we had a stellar beginning, it always gets better. 5 stars. 5.
So are you really going out on a limb if you say the exact same thing every time?
The way this one started, I think I am.
Okay, fair enough. So anyhow, welcome everyone to our conversation today, today's Antidote. And all week long, we've been talking about me marketing. And, we talked on Monday about people who just talk. Yesterday, we talked about card slamming. So we've had some great conversations around this. And I think some of the interesting ones, too, were in wasting your questions and pitching to death. I think all those things that each of us have seen in others. And I imagine there are times when we see it in ourselves. And we have not seen the results that we might desire when we do some of those things. And so we're going to try to offer some thoughts around that topic, me marketing. Do you want to kick us off?
First, I was going to do a celebration.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, of course. You
may remember, Tom, that we do celebrations each day because as renegades, we're doing things that are new and unique and different and novel and challenging. And so we celebrate things in our life that we are happy about, so we do that. And so that's where we start. And we hope that people model that. And as we're explaining what we're celebrating, they might actually be celebrating something themselves.
Absolutely. What are you
So
celebrating?
this morning, as I was coming to my office for this meeting, I noticed that the trees all around had a beautiful ice coating on the branches. And it was just silvery and beautiful and just, it was breathtaking. I was at a traffic light and I could not take my eyes off the trees. The person behind me was honking at me and I didn't care. I was just taking in the moment.
Nice. I like that celebration. I like it. Did the person pass you eventually?
They did. They went
Or just
around
keep
me.
walking?
They went around. They weren't into it.
Cool.
How about you?
So my celebration is an interesting one. You remember our conversation we were talking about feedback, not feedback. We were talking about serving pancakes and, sometimes the messages we send back by what we do. And I talked about my friend who was the chicken wing person who left the one chicken wing on the plate.
Yeah.
So sadly, yesterday I found out that he passed away on Tuesday, which is a weird thing that 2 weeks ago I was thinking about him, texted him, and wrote about him on LinkedIn, and to find out that he passed on Tuesday night.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he was, I would think, he wasn't my first mentor, but I think he was the mentor that I realized that you could have a mentor and they could also be a peer at the same time. And that they just had been through some experiences that you hadn't. And so they were able to share that. And I took away so much from the 9 years that we worked together, not only professionally, but also personally, And, and so while I am sad, and to be honest, I haven't talked to him in a while. I actually looked, in the last text that I sent was in 2019 in December. So I haven't, unfortunately, stayed as well in touch with him as I could. And still, the memories that I have with him still burn brightly in my head. And it's been interesting that, and I maybe talked about this story, that we used to, the day before Christmas, a group of us in Binghamton would get together and sort of shop and then go back to the restaurant and have food or something to drink. And so of that group, 4 of those people have now died, of like 6 sort of regulars.
Wow.
6 or 7. Yeah, which is I don't know. I think that has maybe hit me as much as the sadness I have about him dying. I also know that he brought a significant amount to others in the time that he had. And so I am going to celebrate today his life. That's my celebration.
Okay. I like that. I'm sorry for your loss. I think I had something else in mind, but based on what you said, I think it's only reasonable that we as renegades celebrate mentors, because we all have them. Whether we acknowledge someone as a mentor or not, the person who helps us understand things so that we can move forward on our own unique pathway is a vitally important role. And there's not one of us who doesn't have mentors. I'm not saying you signed an agreement that says you're my mentor and I'm your mentee and we meet every Tuesday. That's fine. But there are a lot of people that share knowledge, experience, and perspectives with us that color what we do in ways that make the picture far, far, far prettier.
I agree. 100%. Excellent. Love that. All right. So now let's dive into our conversation to share our discoveries of the week around me marketing. Do you want to kick us off, Bob?
Sure. There's an interesting discussion in the Facebook chat about marketing, and there are a whole lot of comments, and it really gave me pause. I thought I was in the camp that it was all about relationship marketing, and that's the key to everything. But I think there's a middle ground in that sometimes someone needs what you have right that minute. And and at the same time, that person who needs what you have right at that minute, let's say you need my pen. Hey, I need to write a check out. Can you give me your pen? Yes. That doesn't mean that if that's a sale, if I say, hey, it's $1 to use my pen for 5 minutes, okay, great. That's a sale. that doesn't mean that we can't have a relationship. It doesn't mean that after he uses that pen, I can go, hey, I'm curious. Why don't you have your own pen? Oh, I'm constantly leaving them in my shirts. I'm constantly leaving them in my car. I'm leaving them on tables all the time. Oh, really? Wow. Huh. Tell me more about that. I just wish they would attach something to the pen so it would stay in my pocket, and it would only go 2 feet away from me. I'm like, oh wow, that's really fascinating. That might be a product or service that I could offer someone else. And that relationship, understanding that person and how they're interacting with whatever it is I'm selling to them, is vitally important in not just their situation, but also broader situations. Plus, I think when we get to know what other people are doing and how they're using our products or services, that's when they start to go, wow, I have a friend who would love to talk to you. Oh, really? What's his deal? Oh, he's constantly giving out pens. I bet you could sell him 1,000 pens. Really? Wow, that'd be amazing. Can you connect me? Oh, I'd love to. He likes to go to breweries. Do you like to go to breweries? Yeah, that'd be great. Oh, maybe the three of us could go to a brewery on a Sunday afternoon. Sounds beautiful. Get there, chit chat, talk about brewery stuff, and then you can tell I'm a real brewery fan, by the way. And I know they talk about beer.
I thought you were going to talk about outlets, but that's okay.
No.
Breweries.
And then you might ask some questions. Hey, I sell pens. Your friend here told me that you had some issues with pens. Can you tell me more about that? That relationship can carry things a lot further than just that initial sale. But there is a place for that initial sale. If he needs a pen, he's going to get a pen. If I don't sell to him and go, hey, I don't want to talk to you about the pen right now. I just want to answer all these questions. No, I really need a pen right now. Yeah, we'll get to the pen, but I need to ask you 80 pre-qualifying questions to make sure that it's the right pen. Do you want it to be blue? Do you want black, red? I just need a pen, dude. Give me a pen. And then he gets upset. So what do you say to that, Tom?
Well, I think the thing is that, I think one of this is the way I always look at it is this is just what's real for us. It's what we're sharing is what's real for us. And I think that I have come to a place where I'm very comfortable that there are others who believe there are other ways to do things. And there are, that I don't have all the answers. I'm not perfect. And I don't think I ever will be. And so to me, this is an opportunity for me to share what's real for me or you, and for others to then provide feedback. And then I think there's always that give and take of what is the impact of their feedback on what we are saying. And I think that the challenge is, think about that person. If they saw you had a pen in your pocket, and they said, give me your pen. And you're like, okay, here's my pen. I solved their solution. And then they use it, blah, 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 set it on the table and walk away. You solved their problem. Are you ever going to want to really solve their problem again?
Probably not. No.
Maybe not. So I think that are there lots of ways to market? Absolutely. I think what hopefully we were trying to share was here are some of the things that we see some of the challenges that those things create. And, we were having a conversation around that. And I think that's the piece of it. Yes, you can solve problems. You may end up for the rest of your life trying to find new people to solve their problems, rather than find those people who you maybe helped with their problems, and then you're just a part of their community. Might be a little bit, or their network. It might be a part of it a lot, or it might be only a tiny bit. And I'll go back to my friend. He was a huge part of my life for 10 years and then was not. And that doesn't diminish what we had over those 10 years or whatever. And I know that if he had called me up because of the relationship we had, I'd have done anything he asked me to do. And I know the same is true. And so I think that's the challenge. There are other people who I worked with during those 10 years that were all about themselves. And the likelihood that I would be connected or engaged to them, or that I would do anything that they asked. Now I might do some things. I might hand them a pen if they needed it. doesn't mean that I am going to do other things. And so that's just, I think that was that's part of my belief. And that doesn't mean that there aren't other ways to do other things that are what's real for others. It's just us sharing. This is where we think about it.
Well, I was going to say, that's one of the things I also realized this week, which I wasn't expecting, is this is a really complicated topic. There are a lot of shades of gray in this one, that it can kind of be this or this or this or this. And I think it makes sense because we're dealing with people, right? So
Sure.
We're all unique in how we approach things. Our customers are unique. And so to have a one size fits all perfect solution probably is not likely to occur. And I think one of the things that this week really helped me think through as we were talking through it is there's a lot of variance here.
Absolutely. And I think that's the thing, is that it's all individual. It's all unique, which is important for all of us to remember. You know, it was like this morning, we were at an event and there was a card slammer.
Oh, really?
There was. Who came in, and all I wanted to talk about was something that he wanted. And he talked with me about it. And I said, okay, great. We can follow up. I didn't think of it at the time. Then he came back to me with a brochure. He handed a business card and a brochure to you. And I would imagine he did it to one other person. And while, of course, I'm going to follow up, he also shared a little bit about why they wanted to be a sponsor. And it was all about another event which, again, I'm not judging that. I'm just saying that as I think about it, that was an example of if he had just come to me and I knew he didn't talk to anybody else, I would have been excited to follow up and call him, because I would be like, he's interested in our organization. He wants to be more involved. And yet I kind of was like, it was all about him, and which is fine. That's just, it leaves an impact on me and what's real for me.
Pamela's with us this morning, Tom, and her comment is a card slammer. Now, I don't know if that means she's surprised there's someone who slams cards, or she's not familiar with that phrase. I'm going to go with the second just in case, because we're using that phrase. A card slammer is someone who just goes to an event and just hands out cards as quick as they can. Hi, I'm Bob. Here's my card. I'm too busy to talk to you right now, but call me. We can, we'll grab coffee, or I'll sell you something in a week or a day or 5 minutes from now. But yeah.
Yeah, it's somebody who thinks that they have the solution that you need without knowing anything about you. I got an email message today, which is, it's card slammer, email slammer, direct message on LinkedIn slammer. Do you need an administrative assistant? I have great and then blah, 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 about all the great admins that they could provide me. Didn't at one point ask one thing about my organization. So the likelihood I'm going to follow up with them, even if I needed one, I might be like, let me reach out and find out. But since I don't at the moment, although I might in the future, that's not going to be my first choice. Because again, I think they just felt like everyone needs this product or this service. And as long as you have my card, when that need comes up, you're going to call me.
Right.
That's again, I think how we would define it and how we talked about it yesterday. So I would also encourage Pamela that if she wants to learn more about that, go back and listen to yesterday's episode, because we talked all about card slammers.
Yes.
So have you shared your discovery?
Anyone else out there?
Correct.
What's that, Tom?
Have you shared your discovery, or do you have something else?
No, I went through 2, I think, so far. So I'm good.
I just wanted to make sure that you had a chance to.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. You know what I would love you to do, Tom, because you're so good at it. Can you tell them about the Renegade Success Network app? Dun, da, da, da. Please, pretty please.
I certainly can do that. So one of the things that I know we've heard from people is they've tried to find the content that we have available. And sometimes they can go to the website, yet it's hard to do the website on your phone. And so one of the things we put together based on the need that we felt was out there was an app that allowed you to access this broadcast or this podcast, direct link to our Facebook group. It also shares some past episodes that talks a little bit about how we see a renegade and how renegades move forward, and a little bit about knowledge, experience, and perspective. And it also offers you an opportunity to learn more about our Renegade Success Network and how that is helping people take their next steps along their own unique pathway to success. And there is also in there a couple of things that you can be a part of. If you're struggling to figure out your day, to make sure that you're focused on the things that are most important, there is a program in there that you can participate in that will help you make sure that you are focused on the key things you need to, business and personal, and make sure that there is time for each. And it will help you find success the Renegade way. So it's easy to do. Just go to Google Play and you can download it. Or if you have an iPhone, you can just go to the App Store, download it, just search for Renegade Success Network. And then you can become a part. And then you can become a part of that community. So yes. So thanks so much, everyone, for being with us. We look forward to hearing about your discoveries of the week, your thoughts and ideas. I mean, this is a topic that is significant, so significant that next week, as a little precursor, we're going to be talking about renegade marketing.
Hey,
and
now.
How we look at marketing and how there might be some things that are a little bit different than what we discussed this week. So we look forward to seeing you next week for our episodes. We hope that you will join us inside the Ring of Renegades Facebook group this week or in our Renegade Success Network app community. And if we don't see you there, we'll see you Monday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern time for our next edition of Today's Antidote. Have a great day, everyone.
Hey, embrace the renegading you.
And go out and thank your mentor. Or maybe someone who has been a mentor, but you haven't really, it hasn't been acknowledged in that, but you see them as a mentor. Let them know how much you appreciate.
Don't even need to use the word mentor. Just can thank someone. Hey, you know, a couple of years ago, you really helped me with this thing, and I use it today all the time.
Absolutely. All right, everyone. Have a great weekend and a great day. We will see you soon. Thanks for listening to Today's Antidote, powered by the Renegade Success Network. The Renegade Success Network helps you confidently create your own unique pathway to success. To learn more about the Renegade Success Network and how you can take your next step, follow us on Twitter, connect on LinkedIn, or join the Ring of Renegades Facebook group. For full details on how you can join our community, go to renegadesuccessnetwork.com. Embrace the renegade in you.